Go guys. Hope everyone's having a good day today. Corona, oh no. It's cold here a lot of the time, so you just get random coughs here and there. Perfectly. Alright. 5 minutes, guys. We get started then. Just have to set up a few things. Looking with you on the charts. What are you looking at today? For me, so far, like the movements aren't like I'm not really seeing much movement. The only thing I'm kind of seeing is USD CAD exactly. So USD CAD would be a very nice sell if we can get it to come up here. I'll be selling today. Really just a continuation on that sell, but I'll kind of go over it in detail a bit more in a few minutes. Just want to set up this to make sure the link is sent out to everyone first. Hopefully everyone is having a good day. As I said, guys, make sure to grab the link of this live and send it into all your groups, send it into all your chats. Make sure to share the love. Make sure that everyone hops on this call. Let's see if we can hit 100 viewers today. So yeah, I'm gonna see if we can mark up some charts live, see if we can catch any trades going into the New York session. Okay, so we're still 30 minutes into the New York session, and hopefully we should be able to catch a couple of nice trades, even one. Perfect. But it is the calm before the storm. You can see how London is just very slow. So do expect New York to give us some movement today, catch a few nice moves. So we'll see. few more minutes, guys, when we get started. If you haven't already, please drop a like on the video. Would be appreciated. And also make sure to comment on the side there what pairs you want me to go over. I'm kind of willing to go over a lot more than I usually do. So yeah, I'll be here for an hour and 2 hours, but we will see. I'm also willing to do a giveaway at the end, guys, if we do hit 100 viewers. As usually, you guys know, if we hit 100 viewers, I usually have a small giveaway. So we'll see what it is. For now, gotta look at these charts. Okay, let's get started. So alright, so I'm actually going to go over the DXY first. This is something that I usually like to go over first when I'm looking at USD pairs. But recently, realistically, with USD pairs, I'm not really enjoying trading them as much because they're very, very volatile. Yeah, it's kind of crazy in USD at the moment. But overall, on the DXY, you guys know we were very, very bearish. Okay, so this is actually analysis from last week, so I'm going to delete that and go up onto the daily time frame. So yeah, basically the two main areas that we were kind of looking at right here is we just marked out simple demand zones. Okay, so areas where there could be some buying activity coming into the market. You can see we hit our first demand zone right here, boom, and price is kind of reacting a bit. But overall, when we drop down to like the 4-hour time frame, okay, you can see that we were building up liquidity right here. We had that liquidity grab, and I do believe we could see some more down movement on the DXY for the rest of the day, but it's impossible to tell with the dollar these days. It's very, very volatile and unpredictable in many, many ways. So we did have TDs equal highs, these equal lows, both got run. So we did have whipsaw action right here. Now, since we have no more liquidity that we want to target up here at all, like realistically, the only thing that I would want to target up here is this inefficiency. Okay, so this imbalance. Other than that, there's not really much liquidity like something here, but it's fairly far. The closest liquidity to me right now would be this low and this high right here from people trying to buy the support. Okay, so you can see how we have a support right here. See that mini support. This axis where people are trying to buy and sell constantly from this market. Okay, so right here people bought, so there should be stop losses sitting below this low. So this is something that I'm looking at. Now, if I'm looking at DXY sells, then I could be expecting obviously USD buys and XXX USD USD sells and XXX USD and XXX USD buys. So meaning like even on G right now, something that I wouldn't have traded right here at all, because remember the price cycle. This is what happens. You usually get consolidation, a trend, a consolidation, a trend, a consolidation, and another trend, and another, etc. Okay, so the market is going to be accumulating, distributing, reaccumulating, redistributing. Okay, and this is kind of what we're getting right now here. So when the market is kind of making lateral movement like this, so when it's just going horizontally, you can either expect two things. The market is either getting ready to shift, okay, we're getting ready to shift that demand into supply. Okay, so distributing their orders, all smart money distributing their orders, or they are reaccumulating right here. Okay, reaccumulating, getting more liquidity, manipulating these lows, and then pushing up higher. So this is something that I usually like to not get into, especially when we have price extending up that much. Okay, when we have price making such a volatile run, okay, usually I will not look to get in on this high. Usually I will want at least maybe some sort of retracement to more discounted areas. Maybe I'm like my fib, grab my fib, and I'd want some more discounted prices down here. But once you have such a big extension like this after consolidation, then what can you expect? Another consolidation, right? Like we had it here, big up move, price retraced and it consolidated. A big up move, and price now consolidating, and you can kind of expect either for price once again to distribute, or to reaccumulate, or to come down to this level, for example, okay, find cheaper prices below the 50, the equilibrium, and then look for pushes up. So for GU right now, something that I'm not looking at because it's consolidating, and usually when my interest usually peaks is when we have some sort of penetration on highs or lows. Okay, so I want to see some sort of manipulation. So the thing that I would like to see is obviously either clearance on these equal lows right here. They'll get cleared either way. Whether it is a manipulation or the trend that's going to take it out, we will see. And we also have this high, but this is not as significant as this one. Okay, so there's more liquidity sitting below these lows right here. So this is something that I'm interested in seeing. Now, there was a trade that I took in the morning, which unfortunately clapped me out break even, I think. Because this consolidation right here, like on a smaller time frame, I got clapped at break even. Price like retraced, came up, break even, down, up, break even, down. So yeah, I was a bit stupid right here, but this was a nice trade that you could have gone into on the 1 hour time frame. This candle right here, you can see how it went right up, grabbed the liquidity above this high, and then dropped. And if we even grab our Fibonacci tool right here, okay, you can see our price retraced exactly to the 71 fib retracement right here, exactly to the T, and then boom, we can now expect a drop down below here. So for today, it really depends what the DXY does, but the DXY is kind of in an indecision phase right now, and so's GU. It's tired, okay, price is exhausted. You can see this from the multiple wicks. There's indecision in the market. Indecision basically means the sellers nor the buyers are in control. Okay, so we're going to see who eventually takes the reins. But for now, we're obviously going to stay on the sideline. Okay, so GU is not something that I'm looking to trade today unless I get some sort of crazy movement. That applies the same for GJ. The exact same. It's still indecision in the market. You can kind of see what we have right here is constant run on highs. Okay, so constant manipulation. This is usually a characteristic of a distribution. Okay, so constant run on highs. Okay, boom, manipulation. This high right now, once again, this gets manipulated with this wick. Okay, we could, if we do get a distribution, we could eventually maybe get some sort of sign of weakness. Okay, break below this structure, or break below this structure, another push up to clear everything right here. Okay, on this trend line liquidity, and then a push down. So this is something that we could potentially see. And by the way, guys, I think this is like one of the most valuable sessions I've ever done, because I'm releasing information here today that I usually only release on my premium course. So hopefully you guys are gaining value from this today, because this is usually not information that I would give out to the general public. Okay, so on the daily time frame, we have EURUSD now. I am expecting more downside for the USD just because we cleared this high. Okay, we broke the new maxima right here. We broke it, and now we want price to come down, retrace. And usually after a break of structure like this, usually we get some retracements. And I have a lot of imbalance that I would like to get filled in eventually. Okay, so this is something that you can take a look at, even minimize on the 8 hour time frame. Okay, and with imbalances, you can just keep minimizing them as you go down into the time frames. Okay, so you can see how it's just getting smaller and smaller and smaller. But then it gets to a point where it doesn't really matter. Like, yeah, this 2 hours is something that I would target. So if we do get a sell from here, this is something nice. What I could look for is a scenario number one setup. If we get a break below right here, okay, so we're looking at scenario number one. If the candle closes bearish engulfing, at least engulfing 50%. So usually with a scenario number one setup, the more high probable way is for the second candlestick to engulf the first candlestick by at least twice the size. Okay, so that's usually what I like to see. So if we can get at least to come down here, and then we just get another candle, open up for the next 3 hours of the session, trade on to the open, and then eventually come up and just fill in the whole imbalance, and we could potentially then look to buy off this continuation. Now this is a small trade, but it would still give us around 35 pips, which is a nice amount if we're able to catch something on like the very lower time frame. Okay, but first I will want to break a structure below here on the 15-minute time frame, which is looking like it's going to do. Okay, because the DXY is looking up on on that 15-minute time frame, like it broke structure, it traced, it filled in all these imbalances in here, and it's pushing up, and it's aiming for this new high. So could push up the DXY for this session. So we will see. Everything will become clear in the next hour or two. Your JPY was a beautiful trade that I was able to catch yesterday, but unfortunately, I got stopped at break-even with this weird volatile move, and then it dropped down again. So realistically, yeah, it did react off that 4-hour time frame. That was an annoying trade. I kind of got pissed off at that one, but it is what it is. Everything happens. So yeah, as long as I had my stop loss break even, I didn't lose money, but I did miss out on money, which was unfortunate. What can you do? Yeah, so for your JPY, continuing on the sells. Okay, I'm still continuing on the sells. I'm still in a I still would have been in a sell position. So I don't really see anywhere where I would want to buy now anytime soon. So realistically, unless price came all the way down to my daily candle right here, okay, I'm looking for buys, because yeah, we even have a little imbalance in right here. The US CPI was released at 8:30 this morning, and what was that saying? Was it released, or I didn't really look at the news at all today. But yeah, USD CAD. This was a trade that like you guys have seen me analyze this trade before. This scenario number one setup. You can see how strong this is. I even made a lesson on this as well on YouTube if you guys want to check that out. And I also have a session and I also have a lesson uploaded yesterday, guys, on an NZD USD case study distribution case study that I did yesterday. Lot of information dropped. Once again, a lot of value that I usually don't release out free. So guys, make sure to head on and watch that. It's like not very long, it's just like a 20-minute video, but there's a lot there that you can learn from. And I'm dropping soon, I think on tomorrow's Thursday, right? So on Saturday, I'm going to release an order flow course. You guys are finally going to know what order flow is, how to use order flow in your trading, and how a great of a confirmation it is in when it comes to mixing it up with Wyckoff and smart money. Because when it comes to that, usually what I like to do is Wyckoff for my larger time frame, give me the direction of the market. Then my institutional smart money concept, sorry, usually will give me my entries, okay, my break structures, understanding my break structures, understanding my imbalances, and then my order flow is usually another confirmation, okay, but it's a shorter term or medium term confirmation on where the market could potentially go to. And funnily enough, I'm probably just going to bring up my order flow software there really quickly. Okay, I'm going to bring up my order flow software really quickly because we could be able to catch a couple of scalps. We could catch a couple of scalps today on the session, so who knows. Yeah. Sorry guys for the coughing. Usually get this, it's still early in the morning here, so usually when I wake up I'm usually a bit like sick, but sorry, yesterday was like rain and I got caught in like rain and stuff, but we're good. So yeah, that software is coming up there. Your audit is something that's just, yeah, stay away. Like, I'm staying so clear from it. Bitcoin is just something that's consolidating once again. Like, honestly, just waiting for it to finally break this high, go back up to the 65,000. Ethereum is just beautiful. Like, honestly, beautiful. EOS is another one that I went into. I think 60% growth yesterday. So yeah, that was crazy. Okay, so EOS USD, pew, got that massive move. So I was able to catch that. I know the Braj in the signals chat is killing it, calling out all these he's calling out all these crypto moves. Okay, so he called out WTC yesterday, or 15% up from the call out. He called out as well. I think he called out DIA. Okay, I've never heard of these cryptos before, but these are all like very small altcoins and stuff like that. So yeah, that one I'm not sure where it's at right now, but it's crazy because most of these crypto calls that are being sent down to the premium group are literally going up 10-20% by the day. So it's crazy. And that's the thing, when you want to profit, like with these altcoins, they're very risky, But remember, the more risk, the more reward. That's potential. Okay. Is EU looking beautiful with what? Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm still waiting for it to break this low, so we'll see what's gonna happen. It's getting released at 8:30 a.m. this morning. Look it up real quick. Forex Factory, that's something I haven't went on in ages, to be honest with you. So today at 1:30. Oh, okay, so it's getting released in 45 minutes. CPI and core CPI. Now forecast. We'll see if there's a huge change. Then we could expect a big move, but usually core CPIs only give us like maybe a big like 1 minute candle. It usually doesn't have a massive effect, but I'll be interested to see what happens. It's unpredictable, and I'm not really much of a fundamental analysis myself, so I wouldn't be the best at understanding that. GA, okay, GA. Yeah, this is something I was kind of expecting. Okay, we got this liquidity to be cleared this high. You could get our retracement down to this 4-hour IC. It looks a bit weird, but there is a setup there. Okay, if you really look for it, there's a setup there. We have an imbalance down here. We have an imbalance that we want to target up above. Okay, we have an IC, so this could be a buy to sell scenario, and you can argue that this is actually distribution right here. Okay, so this is like, if you look at it from an 8-hour perspective, consider this a distribution or a redistribution. Okay, and remember with distributions, a distribution can be inside another distribution and another distribution inside another distribution, just because the market is fractal. It can be seen on money multiple time frames. Okay, so usually, really, when I'm trying to look at a distribution or accumulation, the first thing that I'm really trying to look for is just consolidation. Okay, so market not going any direction, indecision in the market, and then my main confirmation would be that uptrust, okay, or a spring from an accumulation perspective. So we have that uptrust, boom, and we have that institutional candle in there. So, and then sorry guys, so we have that institutional candle in that uptrust, okay, and now we have that break of structure. We got that break of structure right here, right after the uptrust was created. So we got that liquidity break up here and the liquidity clearance down here. Okay, see that? So clear liquidity clearance and a break of structure, and then we are simply just getting our liquidity being built up once again here. Okay, where highs here and lows here, and now we get a break. And now I want to look to go up here and sell from this area, and now I can ride this all the way down. Because overall on GA, like, we are still bearish. Okay, we didn't get any breaks of structure here. Price didn't break my the top of my range. It didn't break my low of my range. So right now I'm literally just playing inside my range. So when I'm trying to see if it's going to start going up to the top of my range or the bottom of my major range, now I'm dropping down to my lower range, and now I'm looking at this range in here. So you can see how we have a smaller range inside the bigger range. Drawing's a bit wonky, but you get the idea. And now all I'll wait for is break of this range or break of this range, and now I'm looking at this range. Okay, and then you can take a look at an even bigger range. Okay, right here. And then you wait for the break of this range, etc. So you kind of get the idea now. This can be applied to even the smallest of time frames. So the CPI is expected to be positive for the dollar. So that means we should expect to see sells on XXX USDs. Okay, so right here is where I would look to sell from. Right there. And buy from here. So we'll see what happens. Okay. GN. Okay, GN. Pretty much the same story as pretty much the same story as GA. Okay, they usually move very the same. So we have that same candle here, and we kind of have the same candle up here. So the same story really. We have a lot of equal lows that I want to target, and look, we got that break of the range right here. Okay, so we got that break up here, and the first break is usually the false break. So now I want to target my lows down here, which is just beautiful because we just have multiple touches right here. Plenty of liquidity sitting down here. Okay. You can see how we had that larger range. Market comes up, touches the 71 area multiple times. Well, this area doesn't count because this high comes before this low. It's only anything after this low that counts. Okay, so you can see how these areas are always reactive. Look at the equilibrium getting touched multiple times and getting reacted off of. Once, consolidating around it, break up above it, a touch on the 71, a break down below. Okay, now we're playing again underneath the 50, and now we should see a break below once again. Okay. Just a moment, guys. Just need to check something really quickly before I continue on. I think I forgot to do something. Once again, guys, don't be afraid to drop a like on the video. Really mean an absolute lot. Just woke up and kind of wanted to just come on and, you know, share a bit more value with you than usual. I am going to be dropping a ton of videos these upcoming months, guys. So yeah, hopefully you guys are gonna enjoy that. Can you check? I already went over ERJ price. You can scroll back and check it out. But I'll check out USD CHF there in a moment. It's a sure thing. Alright, USD CHF. If anyone wants to send in their analysis, okay, into the chat, I can take a look at it for you and kind of give you any pointers, or do I agree or disagree with your analysis. But yeah, your analysis can never be wrong. Remember, it just can be high probable or not. High probable. So yeah. So yes, ECHF is something that I don't really trade, but I do see that it did react off this area right here. Okay, so we do have a demand zone right here. Okay. So we have a demand zone right here, potentially that we did get a reaction of when I kind of look at the weekly, yeah, overall we're looking down, but the key thing right here that we have on USD CHF is if we really look right here, okay, we distributed, that's clear, we had a distribution right here and it dropped and it went nicely, okay, with that UTAD, okay, UT, blah blah blah, and then we broke down. Okay, we broke structure, and you can see how after that distribution is a nice move. So when you catch these major higher time for distributions, you can really bank. Okay, and this was especially during the Corona time, so that was kind of, yeah, that was a very volatile time, but a lot of people made a lot of money that time. So we had then the consolidation after the big move, and remember, when you have a big move to the downside, you usually have a big move to the upside. Okay, that is expected. And then we had a drop and a break of structure, down, consolidate and a drop. And now, throughout all these drops, we had no break of structures to the upside, really, no major break of structures. Now we have that here. Okay, so we had that here, major break of structure, and now this is where I would wait for my higher time for telling me what to do. Either price is just going to continue and it's just going to not really consider this of any major importance, or it's going to break that structure, retrace down, find demand right here, basically find discounted areas, okay, right at this level, and then buy up. So we will see what happens. Like even on a weekly time frame, that is a fairly reactive area here. That is an IC, so and a monthly we don't really see much there, but even this monthly candle is not looking that strong. So, and it did fill in like 50% of the imbalance on a monthly. You can kind of see that there from wick to wick. Boom, 50%, and it reacted. So I'll be interested to see what happens there. Sorry guys, one moment. Okay, so yeah, USD CHF. Let's take a look. Maybe we have any smaller time. Okay, so this is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful setup. Okay, so this is something that I could potentially be looking at myself. 2 hour. I'll look to sell from here, and honestly, do I need to explain myself? Like, this is just perfect. Okay, not much else I can say about it. Like, perfect fib lineup, perfect imbalance just below the IC. This is a textbook setup, something that everyone wants to get into. Lol. So yeah, right here we have the IC. So in fact, because I'm probably gonna forget, I'm gonna send out a signal for this really quickly to the app. I'm gonna send one as well to the Telegram. So in just a moment, guys, I'm looking to send a signal for this really quick. Honestly, I'm gonna kind of go up to this wick right here. So 13 to here, so 6 to 4. And let me put that in real quick. Trying to find, okay, USD CHF. So day trade, it's a sell setup, the entry price. It's just nice to be able to copy and paste. I hate like trying to look for the numbers, profit levels, profit right here, and the stop losses right here. And the take profit pips is 88. This is a get ready setup, and it's a yet to know. Limits. So that trade was just sent out there. Everyone should have gotten a notification if you have the app. And an update on the iPhone app as well. It got rejected for some reason. You know, like how Apple are. They make everything so hard for you. You know. So we're reviewing the app again, making the changes that they want us to change, and then we're gonna release it again. So yeah, it's annoying. Google is always so much easier and just more lenient. But yeah, what can we do there? Okay. I'm gonna take a look at the order flow. Let's take a look at this from an order flow perspective. It's about to open up now. We'll see. So Okay, so this is 6B that I'm looking at. So this is basically the British pound futures. Okay, so I'm on a 50-minute time frame, and let me go on to GBSD. Okay, so GU is selling off, as we can tell from here. Now, if I'm looking to sell, let's say for scenario number one setup right here on a 1 hour time frame, this is not going to be the most high probable trade, but if you do want to get in and they don't have much confirmation other than just it being an engulfing candle and this touch here, so this is my mitigation, and the 1 hour setup, and then the New York session change. So we got a session change, London up, New York should be down, lows here. My last confirmation would be the order flow. Okay, I would want to see some sort of seller trap at the top, and we have a single print right here, so this is one confirmation for me that could potentially be going on. So single print right up at the top here, and then we have buying imbalance, no selling imbalance, yeah, another single print, and you can see that our COT, okay, so our commitment of traders is at the top of the candle as we go down. So here it's at the at the bottom of the candle. Okay, so basically saying that in that candle there, most of the contracts on a bid and an ask side were basically traded at this area of the candle. Okay, so this is the commitment trader. This is where most of the trading happened. This is another one right here. This is a buyer's trap. So usually when you get a commitment of traders on the bottom part of the wick, okay, and you get a reversal, this shows you that most of the traders came in here, and then out of nowhere, boom, we got big downside volatility or upside volatility, and the market reversed. This happens right here. Okay, perfect. You can see on a bullish candle, we have red numbers. These red numbers are selling imbalances for us. Okay, so we have 1, 2 numbers right here, stacked imbalances. Okay, and that's a seller trap. So this is showing me right here that look, there's 0, 0, and then 57 and 17. So you can see literally these were the last sellers in the market, and they got trapped. They sold at this area. Okay, and then boom, instantly the market switched on them. You can see the commitment of traders was right here. So most of the trading was happening right at this level, and usually this is the two biggest numbers. Okay, the most contracts were traded here, but that's all it means. And then the market was trading right at this level, bearish, obviously somewhat bearish, and then out of nowhere, boom, twist switch bullish. You can see how after that, all you would have had to do was wait for that retracement down. See that wick played right into the commitment of traders, so that line right here, and then boom, this could have been your buy setup, just like that. Now, same thing right here. Now, I didn't get a buyer's trap here, so the only confirmation that I have right here is just a single print. Basically showed me that there was literally only 4 contracts traded right at this high right here. So yeah, GU should drop. If I do get my push up, I will sell. Okay. But on the 30 minutes, let's see anything on the lower time frame. Yeah, so if I do get my push up, I will sell. But it's gonna be like extremely low lot size, because this I have no break structure or anything. The main confirmations would be if I do see an order flow trap. Another confirmation would be my main I see getting triggered here, my bearish engulfing, my session change, and my liquidity. So we do have a couple of confirmations realistically. Okay, it's not a guess trade at all, but it wouldn't be as high probable as most. I can't see your cursor. Can you see it now? Any questions so far, guys, or anything like that? Just a moment, gotta send a few details about the app for the App Store. Okay, so I'm gonna wait for this to occur. Let me know, guys, if that occurs, if I'm on another pair, because it probably will happen so fast and I'll miss it. So yeah. Once again, guys, make sure to share this live with everybody. Yeah. Let's see if we can hit 60 viewers. So what's the app you are? Basically, it's Ninja Trader, okay? And I'm using a template on it that shows me volume, a VWAP, and an order flow footprint. I'll wait there, guys. If anyone has any analysis or trades that they want me to kind of go over, I will happily do so. Gold, yeah, that was actually a really nice sell yesterday. So basically, we had this 1 hour, we had this consolidation. Okay, and this is just all repetitive, guys. Like you're seeing this constantly happen every single day. We had this consolidation, liquidity up on the upside, liquidity on the bottom. Boom, break a structure to the upside, clear that high, and a big massive drop. Now, when we have a big massive drop, we have massive imbalances. So the imbalances will get filled in, and we wait for that retracement. Break a structure to the downside, by the way. Okay, on a 1 hour time frame perspective. Break a structure. We retrace back up to the top, and we snipe that 1 hour IC. And let's see what that's saying. Boom. So you can see it's a very premium area to sell from. And that was that. That was a nice trade right there. Okay. Might not seem big, but I believe that gave you a couple of hundred pips. 120 pips, so that was beautiful. Overall, I wouldn't have sold here again, to be honest, because if it fails to break this low for me, then I'm not looking to sell. This is one thing that I usually tell people. If my low fails to get broken, then I will not sell. So like, if we have constant lows being broken, okay, then I will potentially look to sell any institutional can that I have here as long as I have my confirmations. But if we get something like this, and then something like this, and we have an IC, but I didn't get my previous low broken, then I will not sell. Okay. But the market isn't really optimal today. Like it's pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's not really much that I'm kind of seeing. So other than that, I don't really have much else to go over unless you guys have any questions. I'm gonna wait for you guys' questions. I might wait just until the CPI come out and then I'll make a decision off that then. See what happens. If anyone also wants to hop on the call and share their analysis live to everyone, I'm happy to do so as well. Can you check my analysis? Yeah, sure, send it in. Still waiting for your analysis, my friend. Yeah, so GU might not actually even make that. Scenario number one. It just wants to fully drop down. Bring up the order flow chart, see if we have anything else. We're up or down? Confused. Yeah, we're down, sorry. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, stacked imbalances on the downside show me that there's a lot of selling. Okay, aggressiveness right here. Once again, it hit the hit our stacked imbalance right here. So remember, there's going to be a lot of volume at this level. Okay, a lot of contracts that were being sold and bought here, so this potentially could be a reaction level. Okay. But we'll see. Probably would break that low though. To be honest, guys, I don't really have any more to go over. That's all. The market isn't really. I thought it'd be a bit nicer, a bit better, but really there isn't really much that I'm seeing right here. It's all just consolidation, so I'm probably gonna leave it here. But yeah, as I said, guys, if you guys are interested in hopping on our team and getting access to our new app that's released, our new web platform, make sure to head on to fuacademy.io. I do have a discount code that I'll be able to share with you guys right now in the chat. We're even getting another update for anyone that's already in the team. We're getting another update next week with a small redesign as well for the website, so it's going to look absolutely great, and a lot of new features are going to be coming in, such as being able to book one-on-one sessions with mentors for free if you're on the lifetime membership, and obviously for a small fee if you're just on the monthly, or even if you aren't even part of any live session. Okay, sorry, I need the premium group. So yeah, I'm gonna drop the code down below. This works for all the packages. The higher the higher the package, the more it will discount for you. I think I wrote it wrong. There you go. So you can use that there, guys. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with the USD CHF trade. So make sure you guys have your eyes on that and just kind of study what price does when it reaches that level. But probably won't even reach it today realistically, unless we do get some nice movement with that core CPI. But other than that, I appreciate every single one of you guys for hopping on, and I'll see you guys